The biggest challenge waking up and try to not think about the future and look at what today brings and try to make today the best day possible. It's important to us having our mental health, having our psychologist, having our psychiatrist, and there's no shame in mental health in this relationship, I know.
Right after Paco's diagnosis, the first thing that the doctor told me was, you need a support group. That was one of the first things that she said before we actually left the office. And I was like, where do I get it? And I found a support group and I started attending the support group like really early, like maybe like 1 or 2 months after the diagnosis, once I found one. And to be honest, it's been life-saving. But we also have support groups. I have a support group. He has his own support groups. And these people, the beauty of being true to your needs in terms of mental health is that you obviously recognize that it's a vulnerability when you're talking about your mental health, but there's no shame. And anything is valid, and that is liberating because you go, let's say, to a support group when I'm with caregivers, Pako is with other patients. There's no one that's gonna get you as these people. So you might as well just go with an open mind and just share. And what I've noticed is that there's nothing that I will say in those support groups that's going to be met with judgment or any type of pushback. So being open with our mental health as we are has been the best thing, to be honest. It's been liberating. It's been solidifying in our pursuits of whatever it is that we want to do. And it's helped us deal with it. But like I said before, we took that 1 year to really work on our feelings and the devastation that the diagnosis initially brought. But at this point, it's so positive. And with the physical aspect, I think that's probably more difficult. And you probably will think the opposite, like mental health will be possibly more difficult to deal with. No, not necessarily. So he has the personal trainer and I go to the gym and I will do yoga sometimes, or I will just do walks, whatever it is that you're doing to kind of complement all the efforts that you're doing in terms of taking care of yourself in terms of medical treatments. When you're diagnosed with Alzheimer's, there's this general idea that is life-shattering, and then there's no future and there's nothing else to look forward to. In our experience, I think, and not to take away from the actual devastation, emotional devastation that the disease has, but it's been a blessing in some other areas in terms of the intention and the way that you do things and the way that you have this urgency to live life